inspired by the change in weather, you may be looking for some delicious, heartwarming, and simple meals to make this fall. Well, cookbook author, blogger, and mother of two, Katie Workman is here to offer her super soup ideas for the season. Katie, let's talk about soup.
Absolutely. I am very happy to be joining you today on behalf of Garden Fresh Gourmet and their new line of soups, small batch, fresh soups found in the refrigerated section of your supermarkets, and they're just landing near you now. And they come in 4 wonderful flavors. There's chicken noodle with kale, tomato soup with Parmesan, broccoli cheddar with Parmesan, and chicken tortilla soup with roasted chilies. And what I love about these soups is that they're all these sort of classic flavors, but they all have a little bit of a modern twist to them. And when you read the ingredient list, you can pronounce everything, you can recognize everything. It very much feels like ingredients that you would have in your own refrigerator, your own pantry. There's a very homemade quality to the taste, and it's sort of reinforced when you look at what's in them. You know,
I'm glad you brought that up because something I wanted to mention to you. I noticed that there are no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives in the soup. There is also no MSG. That's a big thing when you're buying soup.
It is a big thing.
That is pre-made.
Yes, very much so. And, you know, again, you're going to look at the ingredient list, you're going to say, oh, chicken, vegetables, herbs, chicken broth, tomatoes, you know. I know what all those things are. So it feels really good. You know, what the soups have in them feel really good, and what they don't have in them also feels really good.
Yes, exactly. It makes it feel like you have that homemade feel, like you're really eating something that's nutritious, and that is part of the benefit of soup. Delicious flavors that you showed us. What would you pair these up with? How do we make a whole meal out of these soups?
Well, every time I think about what to serve with soup, the first thing that pops to my brain is cornbread. I think it's the ideal wingman for almost every soup, and it's perfect with these 4 flavors. So I came up with a cheddar cheese cornbread that has cheddar cheese inside the cornbread and on top of the cornbread. And the recipe for that is on themom100.com. And then the other thing that you can do is have fun with the toppings. And just for instance, for the chicken noodle soup, you could go with a classic soup cracker, or if you have kids, you might want to play around and try out some goldfish on top. And the tomato soup with Parmesan, you know, classic croutons, whether you make them or buy them, always a good choice. But a couple handfuls of popcorn is a lot more fun in some cases. And you can see there's a whole variety. We have pumpkin seeds, we have crushed tortilla chips, we have diced pepper, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, you know, sunflower seeds. So you can really just play around. If you put out a number of toppings and maybe a couple soups for, you know, a gathering, then everyone can top their own bowl however they wish to.
Oh, that's a really fun way to do it. It is very personal. I want to go back to that tomato soup. I would add a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yes,
Yum.
yes. And you know what you could do too?
What?
You could cut the grilled cheese sandwich into little pieces and float them on top as well, like little grilled cheese croutons.
This is an excellent idea. By the way, I'm a huge fan of cornbread. The first thing I think of when people say cornbread is I want honey on top of it as well.
Yes, yes. This has a little sweetness to it and a little cayenne in it, but yeah, a little drizzle. Or you know what you can do is blend honey with some softened butter, and then you have a honey butter to spread on it. That's not too shabby.
Now, I know you do a lot of cooking at home. Tell me how you best go about warming up these soups. Do you ever add anything into the pot also when you're heating them up?
Well, the great thing, these soups can be heated in the microwave or on the stovetop. It takes minutes either way.
Yep.
And I think the flavors of these soups are incredibly well balanced. I think they're really just, you know, they have a lovely flavor to them. But, you know, if you're somebody who likes hot sauce, for instance, you could easily add a shot or 2 of hot sauce to them, or, you know, some other condiment. You could swirl, maybe in the broccoli cheddar, maybe like swirl a little black olive tapenade on top, or maybe a drizzle of pesto. You could swirl that in. So, you know, that's the fun thing. You heat up one of these soups. While the soup is heating, look in the door of your fridge at all of those condiments that you know, neglect all the time, and think about which one might pair up nicely with one of these soups.
I think it sounds fun. Just personalize it just a little bit. Well, thank you for all this information. Yes, exactly. I love these healthy soup ideas, Katie. Thank you so much. For more information on everything that Katie and I just shared, head to the website on your screen. And are you on Facebook or Twitter? Well, like or follow us. You can find us at Vegas Morning Blend on Facebook, LV Morning Blend on Twitter. Links can be found on our website. Stay with us. We'll be right back.